Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has suggested that UK's decision to cede the Chagos Island to Mauritius is among the reasons he wants to take over Greenland. Trump, who is traveling to Davos in Switzerland for the World Economic Forum, made the claim as he ramped up his rhetoric on acquiring the Arctic territory. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump criticized the deal to return the Indian Ocean archipelago while leasing back the strategic Diego Garcia military base. He linked the decision to broader security concerns, citing it as further justification for acquiring Greenland. The remarks mark a sharp shift from Trump's earlier support for the agreement. Britain retained control of the Chagos Islands after Mauritius gained independence, but later faced international pressure and legal challenges. And now for more of this, I'm joined by our senior international correspondent and anchor, Afua Hagan. Now, Afua, what does Trump's recent linkage of his Greenland push to his Nobel Peace Prize snob tell us about his motivations and rhetoric? What does that say about that?
Well, what we are seeing here is President Trump using his personal vendetta, his personal grievance at being snubbed for that Nobel Peace Prize as his deciding factor when it comes to geopolitical issues. He's stating that as a reason why he now wants to take over Greenland. In a letter he said that he no longer feels an obligation to think purely of peace, and that's why he now wants to take Greenland. He sees it as part of protecting U.S. interests. In that letter, he also said he stopped 8+ wars but wasn't given the Peace Prize, so therefore he no longer has to think about peace. Now, this linkage of a major geopolitical dispute, to a symbolic award suggests that this is all about personal validation for him, a personal vendetta that is shaping this narrative and also completely shaping geopolitics. Like I said, this is a major decision to decide to take over another state. He's been saying, this rhetoric that Denmark doesn't really own the green mark and he's going to buy it or take it by military means. And using the snub of the Nobel Peace Prize to do it shows us that this is a president who is intent on using his personal vendetta to get whatever he wants.
So, the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, publicly condemned Trump's tactics. What does this signal about the UK-US relations and the broader NATO unity?
Well, clearly, US and UK relations are strained at the moment. The Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, spoke to Donald Trump on Sunday. He had that quite unusual press conference yesterday. He actually cancelled engagements to give that speech and have that press conference yesterday. And there he spoke of the idea of Trump taking over Greenland, saying that it was ridiculous. He also said that he didn't think that Trump would actually do it. He reiterated that the UK would be firmly on the side of Greenland, along with their European allies. He said it was wrong for Donald Trump to threaten to impose tariffs on the UK and other allies because of that Greenland dispute, unless Greenland agrees to sell, unless Denmark agrees to sell Greenland to the United States. He said that that was completely wrong. So definitely at the moment, there is a strain on that so-called special relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States. I mean, I'm old enough to remember a state visit not that long ago, an unprecedented second state visit from President Donald Trump to the UK. We rolled out the red carpet, we trotted out the royal family, all these things that he loves. But it seems that that wasn't enough for the United States to want to maintain that special relationship. A lot was made over the trade deals that were done over those past 2 days, over those 2 days of that state visit. Now for Donald Trump to be saying he's going to impose tariffs on the United Kingdom and other allies, so it shows in fact that perhaps our special relationship isn't as special as we thought.
All right, thank you so much to News Central's international correspondent and anchor, Afua Hagan, for giving us the update on this. And as usual, we'll see how this situation unfolds.